Ask that question again, my sister.
So once we're exiled from the system that we were born into and sold to, then where do we go and who's over that?
Okay, good question. I'm going to have my wife read some information, and I'm glad the question came up because that's in this information here. And I will kind of, baby, you want to answer that? Or you want me to handle it? Huh? No, come on, baby. If you want to handle it, come on, baby. I want you to get your team.
I'll just come and read the
Information?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share this with you. It talks about, in the scriptures, even in chapter 12, and also in the script, in the law. I can't give you right. I'm thinking, I know it talks about the two candlesticks, the two witnesses. A lot of people don't even really, it's right in their face, they don't even know who they are, and people are looking for other people. The two witnesses, the two candlesticks are Judah and Israel. Judah and Israel is the two candlesticks and the two witnesses. But I said that, but you asked a question. Oh, you asked about who's in control. What I always share is this. It speaks about one who will stand up and he will rule the nations with a rod of iron. Y'all remember that scripture? Y'all remember that? That rod of iron is the pen. The pen is what dictates the courts, the laws, family history. Everything is written. Am I right or wrong? So the pen is what Dr. Henderson did when he sued the Vatican, the Pope, the United States, and the Queen of England. Like I said earlier, there's an unspoken truth that people don't know about. Also, in a lot of our people's minds, that they're going to do what they want to do. They have everything they do is controlled. They have to, it's an order behind everything they do. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, they'll go rogue. But outside that, there's an order. There's an order behind everything they do. And a lot of our people don't realize that. These people getting killed out in the street by these cops, it was an order and a hit on the system to kill us as a people. This is Jacob's trouble. Stuff that we've been going through. All through Obama's reign, they was killing our people. I mean, you probably didn't see it, but all through that time when all those people was getting killed, Obama never said nothing about that. And I'm not trying to put him out there, nothing like that, but I'm just being real. But a lot of people haven't heard about Pizzagate. Hold on. Stop that real quick. A lot of people haven't heard about Pizzagate, about the officials and all the people in power that's a part of the sex ring, a part of the child kidnapping and the pedophilia, and also the blood sacrifices and all these different things. We see it. A lot of people turn a deaf eye and face to it, but they see it and know it. And this is where the cowardly lion comes in at, if y'all understand what I'm saying, you know. But baby, I want you to come on. Did I answer your question first? Did I answer your question about who will be over that? Well, let me answer it this way. Dr. Henderson sued the United States. We'll put it like this. He's the ad hoc judge that's in charge of the situation at hand. So by doing that, all your accusers, a lot of people don't know that in your birth certificate and Social Security card, you have a number.
Right.
Those numbers has value. I'm just going to say it like that because I don't like saying money, you know, has value. And when we're born, we're actually born rich. That's the reason why in Revelations 2:9 and 3:9, it says, I know thy poverty, but thou art rich. I know those who call themselves Jews were of the synagogues of Satan. That is Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. But he said, thou art rich. And see, this is what the reset is happening right now. Everybody that get indexed is coming to I just put my ID up. Everyone that this system is controlling your Not only identity, but your assets. A lot of people don't know, every time you fill a signature out on something, they get paid off our signature. We getting pennies off of our assets that they're using across the earth. This is the reason why they're in debt, because of all the stuff they're doing with our assets.
So, I'm still trying to process the whole, she referred to it as exile.
Exile. Okay.
Yes. So.
Okay, when you say exile, explain what do you mean?
The transition, indexing.
The indexing. Okay.
Transition.
Well, the transition is happening now.
Wait,
I just
want to ask a question first.
Okay.
Because I'm still trying to understand, Dr. Henderson.
Okay.
Okay. Who does he work for? So if he's the one that sued these people, does he work for these people that we're coming out of
Okay.
the system from?
Okay. We're going to read that information in a few moments, because also I shared with everyone the Global Class Action Lawsuit. Have y'all listened to that? Have you listened to that? I want to hear from you.
No.
Put it up. I want to hear from you.
No. Yeah, the 18-minute.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah,
wait a
18
minute.
minutes.
So have you listened to it in its entirety?
Yeah, it was 18 minutes long.
Right, but did you hear what was being said?
Yes.
You did? Did you hear when he said that they stole the mineral assets and things like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we got to understand when the Father is working. Now, let me share something with you. We got to understand the day we in, the time we in, and the things that's happening. And this is one of the things that I was sharing with my wife and my daughter, stepdaughter, or my daughter, should I say, as we was riding out here. In order to understand the day you're in, by prophecy, you got to look at everything that's happening at that time. In Genesis 15, it says, the Father told Abraham, know for a surety that thy seed will sojourn in a land that's not theirs, in a strange land that's not theirs, and be in bondage 400 years. Right? Be in bondage for. Some people would say that was first Egypt. But when you do the math in that, they weren't in bondage but 230, I believe. They weren't in bondage 230. They went down into Egypt. They was there 400, but they was in bondage to something. But we was in bondage here 1619 to 2019. And you got to look at what's going on. If you understand the Father, make sure this ain't going over. Okay, good. Okay, if you understand the words of the Father, just like he did, he gives us examples. Just like he did in the 70 years. But we're going to go ahead and finish this, then I'm going to run through the 70 years so you can understand what I'm saying. I'm going to show you clear as day. 400 years, 1619 to 2019. And what it said is that they shall be in bondage 400 years. And after that, I will judge that nation. And they shall come out with great substance. The key is this. The 400 years was up from 1619 to 2019. No matter how many so-called leaders we had in between that time, they cannot go against what the Father has said. The Father said one thing, I don't care what we try to do to bring us out, it wasn't going to happen because prophecy has to be fulfilled. After 1619 to 2019, what happened in 2020? Father judged the earth, which is the nation that was in control of the earth. That nation is the Roman Empire. That Roman Empire is the one that we just read in, read of us coming out of, which the Father said that he would smash all these nations down. He will set up a kingdom that will never be destroyed. That kingdom is coming through the indexing. Because as long as they're connected with this, the beast, anybody's got a birth certificate, social security card, that's chattel slavery. You were sold to them at birth. So they can act, that's the reason why they're killing our people in the street. Because number one, they don't even have an identity. NBC's African American. NBCs, Africa. I'm gonna tell you what NBCs mean. Nigger, colors, and blacks. Also, African Americans. They don't have an identity, they don't have a land. These are no people. These people don't even know who they are. But they have a heritage in the Bible for those who know who they are, or those who are actually going through the process of not only slavery, but all the things that were said through prophecy. Now, people can read the prophecy and see that the Father said we're going to go through all this hell, but they can't see how we're coming out. And a lot of people glorify in this hell because they're doing fine. No different than our brothers and sisters did when they was in Egypt, coming out of Egypt. When they came out of Egypt, many of them wanted to go back. Why? Because they didn't want to take care of themselves. They didn't want to be their own, what should I say, take care. They liked, even though they were in bondage at that time, our people today like massa. They like being a slave. They like working for the system because they're used to it. They don't know how to get out and do for themselves. They don't even try. So working for themselves, when they work for themselves, they have to depend on themselves. That means you are a grown, able-bodied to do what you need to do. But by everybody won't, come on, I'll go and do my chores to get an allowance. Isn't that what our children did to us? Our children, make sure you keep your bed clean, make sure you take out the garbage, make sure you do this, make sure you do that, and at the end of the week, I'll give you allowance. That's what we do when we go to work for the system. We go to work, get paid for what they give us, and then not only that, they'll tell us, well, we're going to take so much out, and we're going to give you so much at the end of the year. You don't get all your money back at the end of the year. You only get like maybe 3/4 of it, but they, believe me, they keep you just looking at the big lump sum you're getting. But with this, if you're working, you can go and file exempt, and you can get all your money. My wife do it. My daughter do it. Me, myself, I don't really work. I do work for I'm a server, but I get all mine. In my check, I get it all. I don't need no taxes. We're not, matter of fact, in the paperwork you'll see, we're not supposed to pay taxes in the first place. But I hope I answered your question. I hope I did. If I didn't, give me some more. Let me I want to make sure you. Okay. Well, maybe let me check where we at on here.